This is what goes on by the back door. For some reason, they love laying here, but not with the back door open. I always open the back door so that plenty of sun comes in so they can lay in the sun. And then this is what they do at the back door. They push it almost shut and then they just lay here.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
It is 6:30 p.m. and here's Boo. And we just had an altercation because Boo was in his room and Nancy and Richard were here outside of the room. There were also a few other cats, I think, in the living room. I'm not sure exactly what happened. But, so they were near Boo's door. And I thought I would open the door like a tiny little bit, just to see where Boo was. Well, I literally opened it just a tiny little bit and Boo flew out. Like I probably only opened it like this much and he just flew out. And this is where the altercation happened. The next thing I know, I think it was him and Richard were, they're like pawing at each other, but it was like a fight. Like it wasn't just like a little disagreement. It was like a fight. So then I started, screaming to break it up. I was like, stop or whatever. I don't even remember what I said. But then it turned into a standoff. So then Boo was here, Richard was there, and then the two of them were just like having a standoff. And I have no spray bottles in this room. They're all on the kitchen table because I did not fill them up yet. I bought them the other day, but I didn't fill them up. Haven't had a need to use them. So the first thing I think of is, okay, I got to go get a spray bottle. So I went to the kitchen, got a spray bottle, came back, and the two of them were still here having a standoff. And thankfully, we were able to break it up, and Richard, who was here, he backed away, and then I just gave him a little tiny bit of spray, and then he like ran, and Nancy ran also. So here's Boo, and all the other cats are downstairs. And Boo's not afraid of the other cats. Like, he's not afraid of them. That's why he flew out of his room, and he has no problem, like, if they're gonna fight him, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fight you. He's only freaked out because I had the spray bottle. And I think that freaks Boo out more than anything because he doesn't like it when I use the spray bottle. Here's Splash. Splash relaxed in my room all day. And here's Simba. Simba's been relaxing in my room. And here's Stella. Stella's being all nosy to see what's going on. It is 9:55 a.m. And the cats downstairs are getting brushed. This is part of their morning routine. I try to brush as many of them as I can. Look at all of the fur that I get off of Richard. So I usually end up having to brush him several times until this brush doesn't fill up with cat hair. But it does, like, Richard, it definitely has me wondering if, like, do kittens have a kitten coat? And then as they get older, they have an adult coat. Because, so when I pet and brush Nancy and Richard, it reminds me of like Simba and Splash when they were little. And as they've gotten older, their fur has really filled out. And in Simba's case, it's gotten a lot longer. So I don't know how much of that is the fact that they eat a lot of raw food, or is it the fact that adult cats have a different coat than kittens do? So these cats are now a little over a year old, estimated. And I've always said that it's actually around 18 months when cats go from, kitten to full adult. Some people say cats or kittens for the first year, but I really feel like they are not full adults until about 18 months, so about a year and a half. So it'll be interesting to see how their coat changes. So here's Nancy. There's Ringo. And there's Eva. She's finally coming around. There's Ziggy. There's Richard. There's Sammy. And there's Goldie. So I'm just sitting here seeing what the cats do. Hey, Eva. Hello, Eva. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. Ziggy, you're so pretty. Hey, Ringo. Hey, Ringo. And what do we have here? We have a splooter. Richard, you're splooting. It is about 7:30 p.m. and we're trying a new recipe for dinner tonight. So I made some homemade raw food, but I made it with some ground beef and some chicken liver, chicken heart, eggshells, because there's no bones in this, and then the regular supplements. Now Simba's not eating here because he's eating in Boo's room and he's getting canned food. Because in the past, every time Simba has eaten beef, he's vomited from it. And I don't want to clean up vomit. So I want to see how Stella, Splash, and Boo do. Boo normally likes eating ground beef. Like whenever I have any kind of beef in the house, he likes to eat a little bit of it raw as a snack. But I've never fed it to the cats as a meal. So that's why I'm just trying it out now, seeing if they like it. Hopefully they'll eat it. It was a bit thicker than the chicken or the turkey food that I normally give them is. Probably just because I didn't put as much water in as I normally do with the other food. And I'm only giving them like a partial portion right now. So they're getting about 2 ounces each. Because Boo's missing teeth, sometimes he has an issue like eating food that's more solid. So we'll see how he does with this. It looks like everyone's enjoying it though, which is good. I just gave all of the kittens their food. So there's 6 plates on the platter because that's all that fits. And then there's one separate from the platter. Someone's growling. That usually means they really like the food. And Sammy likes to eat separately. And everyone distributes themselves appropriately among the plates on the platter. And everyone's eating. Eva's sharing. I don't know why. I guess she wanted to see if the same thing was on the other plate. I don't know if Eva likes it. But from my experience with purchasing the ground mouse or the ground mice to feed the cats, it is true that ground beef is the most similar to ground mice, which is, you know, kind of weird to think about when you think of how big a cow is versus a little tiny mouse. But I think that's the closest comparison. It's definitely more like a mouse than poultry is. Okay, so they seem to be enjoying their food. I'm going to go upstairs and see how the other cats are doing if they want the rest of their meal. So I gave these guys their full portion, which has been 3 ounces of food. And I only gave everyone upstairs 2 ounces just to see how well they do with it as far as their digestion goes. I have to check on Simba also. So I just came upstairs and look at this. 3 plates are completely clean. So the cats enjoyed their food and Boo's actively looking for more. So I'm going to give them each another ounce of this food and then they're done. And then fingers crossed nobody gets sick tonight. So Boo's eating more food, Splash is eating more food, and of course they wait until I put some of the freeze-dried chicken on top. Stella's sitting a few feet away, maybe she doesn't like it as much, but I'll move the plate over toward her. So there she goes, she's working on that one. I have to be careful with Boo because if he really, really likes something, like he really likes this, I don't know if you could tell how fast he's eating, then he'll eat everyone else's and then he'll vomit from overeating. Fingers crossed he does not vomit from eating too fast. And here's Simba. He's in Boo's room. He's getting a can of the Fancy Feast Naturals. He likes those. And I just put some of the freeze-dried chicken on top, so he's enjoying his meal also. Wow, guys, look at this. All the plates down here are clean also. Everyone enjoyed this food. I wish Simba enjoyed it also because everything would be so much easier if he did, but I'm happy everyone else did. I'll probably open up a 5.5 ounce can and then give them, you know, I'll split it 7 ways for them and then that'll be like their little dessert. But yeah, very happy everyone enjoyed their dinner. I actually put about a teaspoon of crunchies on each plate, so whoever wants them can have them. But they had a very, very substantial meal. It's 2 p.m. and this is what goes on by the back door. For some reason, they love laying here, but not with the back door open. I always open the back door so that plenty of sun comes in so they can lay in the sun. And then this is what they do at the back door. They push it almost shut and then they just lay here. I don't know why they like doing that, but they do. Maybe it's still warm from the sun hitting the door. I don't know. I would think that they would prefer it with the door open so they can lay in the sun. It's 5:15 p.m. and Sammy and Ringo have been all lovey-dovey by the back door. Sammy was biting Ringo's ear, and then Ringo was rubbing his head on Sammy's neck. The two of them were having some snuggle time. I think that's Ziggy right now. It looks like they want to eat dinner already, but it's only 5:15. I might feed them early. So it's 5:20 p.m. and everyone just took themselves downstairs. All of a sudden, Nancy, Richard, and Ringo, they just all started walking towards the door, and they came downstairs. So I shut the door, and then I took a look around, and none of the other cats are upstairs, so it means all the kittens are downstairs right now. So I'm going to start putting their dinner together, and yeah, then that'll be good. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.